Hi all, this is a guide on how to complete all the Legion Pet Battle World Quests using just 13 pets. This guide is mainly aimed at those just getting into pet battling and don't know which pets to acquire or level first. As this video will be fairly long, I'll be going over these fights very quickly, so if you need more details, please check out my other videos. The 13 pets we'll be using for this are as follows, in no particular order. A rabbit, the one I used in all of these videos, had a speed of 322. A mechanical Pandaren Dragonling. A Zandalari Kneebiter, an Emerald Protowhelp, Icky, an Iron Starlet, a Nexus Whelpling. I used the one with the speed of 273. You could substitute this one for a Stormborn Whelpling. The Nexus Whelpling I used had the same stats as the Stormborn Whelpling. A Darkmoon Tongue, a Direbeak Hatchling, a Turraclaw Hatchling, a Sunless Seethe, an Anubisaf Idol, and your final pet, an Emperor Crab. The one I used in this video had a power of 292. First off, we'll go over the capture or defeat world quests. If you're just starting out in pet battling, you'll probably want to capture these pets, so that's what I'll cover for this section of the video. The pets I prefer to use for these are an Emerald Protowhelp with Emerald Bite, Emerald Presence and Emerald Dream, and an Anubisaf Idol with Crush, Sandstorm or Stone Skin and Deflection. I will just do one of the capture or defeat guides as they're all pretty much similar in what you need to do. If you're using the Emerald Protowhelp in your first slot, start with Emerald Presence and refresh this on one round remaining, and then use Emerald Bite until the pet you want to capture is low enough on health so you can use your cage ability. If your Emerald Protowhelp gets low on health, just use Emerald Dream to heal up. If you're using an Anubisaf Idol as your first pet, start with Sandstorm or Stone Skin, whichever one you've taken. If you've taken Sandstorm, cast this on cooldown, and if you've taken Stone Skin, refresh this on one round remaining. Use Deflection to avoid any hard hitting abilities, and use Crush to fill until the pet is low enough to be captured. A leveling pet will only get around about 1k XP here, so it's probably not worth doing. However, if you do decide to level a pet here, I'd recommend using your Anubisaf Idol with Sandstorm. Once Sandstorm is active, swap in your leveling pet and then swap it straight back out for either your Anubisaf Idol or Emerald Protowhelp. Heading to the Broken Shore, we will start with Madam Viciosa. In your first slot, your leveling pet should be at least level 10 as it will take some AoE damage. Level 12 is advisable. In your second slot, a Sunless Seethe with Plague Blood, Touch of the Animus and Drain Blood. And in your final slot, any rabbit with Flurry, Dodge and Burrow. Start with your leveling pet and pass anything the first round. Simply we use Nethergate and swap you out for your Sunless Seethe. With your Sunless Seethe in the battle, start with Plague Blood, followed by Touch of the Animus and then Drain Blood. And then simply use Drain Blood on cooldown, Touch of the Animus on cooldown and Plague Blood to fill. Your Sunless Seethe will defeat both Imply and Rover, and will do a little bit of damage to the final pet, Seduction. Once your Sunless Seethe is defeated, bring in your rabbit. With your rabbit in the battle, use Burrow on cooldown, Dodge on cooldown and Flurry to fill until Seduction is defeated. If Seduction places a Curse of Doom on your rabbit, and Seduction still has a lot of health, make sure you have a Dodge or Burrow ready for when it has one round remaining to avoid the damage. Your leveling pet will get between 3 and 4k XP or a little more if you have a Safari hat equipped. Next up we have the Nameless Mystic. In your first slot, a mechanical Pandaren Dragonling with Breath, Thunderbolt and Decoy. In your second slot, your leveling pet. And your final slot, your rabbit with Flurry, Dodge and Burrow. Start with your mechanical Pandaren Dragonling and cast Decoy. And now simply use Breath until Fido is defeated. A little tip here, if Fido gets to below 150 health, use Thunderbolt. This will finish off Fido and do a little bit of damage to the backline pets. Once Fido is defeated, the Seer's Eye will enter the battle. Continue to Breath until Decoy comes off cooldown. When Decoy comes off cooldown, use it and then continue to Breath afterwards. If the Seer's Eye gets to below 220 health, you can use Thunderbolt to damage the other backline pet. This time the health can be a little higher as the Thunderbolt's damage is only split between 2 rather than 3. If you get interrupted, just cast on the next round. Once the Seer's Eye is defeated, Flickering Fell will enter the battle. If you have Decoy available, use it and then swap to your leveling pet. If you didn't have Decoy available, just use Breath until your Mechanical Pandaren Dragonling is defeated, and then bring in your level and pet. With your level and pet in the battle, just swap it straight back out for your Mechanical Pandaren Dragonling if it's still alive, otherwise to your rabbit. If you swap back in your Mechanical Pandaren Dragonling, use Breath until it is defeated. If and when your rabbit enters the battle, start with Dodge, followed by Flurry, followed by Burrow, and then use Flurry until the Flickering Fell is defeated. The final pet battle on the Broken Shore is against Sissix. For this, we'll be using a Diabeak Hatchling with Falcasaur Swarm, Iron Skin and Predatory Strike. In your second slot, a Dark Moon Tongue with Missile, Shock and Awe and Ion Cannon, and in your final slot, your level and pet. Should be at least level 10 as it will take some AoE damage. Start with your Diabeak Hatchling and cast Iron Skin, followed by Falcasaur Swarm and then Predatory Strike, and then another Falcasaur Swarm. This should finish off the Living Pool. Once the Living Pool is defeated, Tamer and Larry will enter the battle. Start with Falcasaur Swarm. Once Falcasaur Swarm is finished, cast Predatory Strike. This will finish off Tamer and Larry, and the Rock Lobster will enter the battle. Use Falcasaur Swarm until your Diabeak is defeated. Once it is, swap in your level and pet and then swap it straight out for your Dark Moon Tongue. With your Dark Moon Tongue in the battle, start with Shock and Awe, and then use Missile until the Rock Lobster has less than 649 health, at which point cast Iron Cannon. This will put the Rock Lobster in its undead round, and after this round is finished, you will win the battle. Our next one will be Dalaran and all of the Fight Night pet battles. First up is Heliosus and Crack the Egg. For this, you will need an Iggy with Black Claw and Flock, and in your second slot, a Nexus Whelpling with Tail Sweep, Mana Surge and Arcane Storm. Your final pet can be anything, it won't be used. Start with your Iggy and cast Black Claw, followed by Flock. Once your Iggy is defeated, bring in your Nexus Whelpling. Cast Tail Sweep. This will put Heliosus into his egg round. Once in the egg round, cast Arcane Storm, followed by Mana Surge. This will finish off Heliosus and win you the battle. Next up we have Fight Night Rats, where you need to defeat Splints Jr. All you will need for this is a Dandelion Kneebiter with Hunting Party, Black Claw and Bloodfang. The other two pets can be anything, they won't be used. Simply cast Black Claw, followed by Hunting Party and then Bloodfang if needed. Sometimes your Kneebiter can be defeated. If this happens, just quit, heal up and restart the fight. Next up we have Fight Night Stitches Jr. For this you will need an Iron Starlet with Wind Up, Powerball and Supercharge. And in your second slot, just as backup, something such as a Dark Moon Tongue with Iron Cannon. But anything with a hard hitting ability will work just as well. Start with Wind Up to charge, and then Wind Up again to hit. Stitches should have the Enrage debuff active, which makes them take an extra 50% damage. Follow this with another Wind Up to charge, followed by Powerball or Pass Around. We need to do this fill around so we can take advantage of Stitches' Enrage debuff again. After the fill around, cast Supercharge, followed by Wind Up to hit. If Stitches is still alive after this, do 2 more wind-ups, once to charge and the second time to hit. If you're getting lucky with some bad RNG as shown in this video, just bring in your Dark Moon Tongue or alternative pet and cast Iron Cannon or alternative hard hitting ability to put Stitches in his undead round. Once the undead round is finished, you win the battle. Now on to Amalia. For this we'll be using an Iggy with Quills, Black Claw and Flock. In your second slot, a Turret-Claw Hatchling with Alpha Strike, Dodge and Nature's Ward, and in your final slot, your leveling pet. This should have at least 500 health as it will take some AoE damage. Start with Iggy, cast Black Claw, followed by Flock. Foof will be defeated on the second or third round of Flock. Once Foof is defeated, Stumpers will enter the battle. Just cast Black Claw, followed by Flock again. If Foof was defeated on the second round of Flock, Stumpers will be hit by the third round of Flock. If this was the case, you may need to cast Black Claw more than once, as Stumpers will have his cute face up and may dodge your attack. If Stumpers defeats your Iggy, bring in your Turret-Claw Hatchling and cast Alpha Strike to finish off Stumpers. Once Stumpers is defeated, Little Sizzle will enter the battle. If your Iggy was still alive when Little Sizzle entered the battle, just cast Quills, and do whatever damage you can to Little Sizzle before your Iggy is defeated. With your Turret-Claw in the battle, cast Nature's Ward at the start. Little Sizzle will use Puppies of the Flame, so cast Dodge, and then keep refreshing Nature's Ward until Little Sizzle's Puppies of the Flame is finished. Once Puppies of the Flame is finished, Little Sizzle will use Inferno Herding and swap you out for your lowest health pet, which should be your leveling pet. When this happens, just swap straight back to your Turroclaw hatchling, and use Alpha Strike until Little Sizzle is defeated. If you get swapped back out for your leveling pet, again, just swap straight back to your Turroclaw hatchling and continue to Alpha Strike. If a second Puppies of the Flame happens, cast Dodge and then Nature's Ward until Puppies of the Flame is finished, and then Alpha Strike. Next up we have Bodhi Sunwayver. For this you will need a Diabeak hatchling with Falcosaur Swarm, Iron Skin and Predatory Strike. In your second slot, your leveling pet, you should have at least 500 health as it will take some AoE damage. And in your final slot, an Anubis Idol with Crush, Stone Skin and Deflection. Start with your Diabeak hatchling and cast Iron Skin, followed by Falcosaur Swarm and then Predatory Strike. This should finish off Itchy. Once Itchy is defeated, Salty Bird will enter the battle. Pass the first round and then cast Iron Skin. And pass the first round so we can get Iron Skin up as soon as possible. Follow this with a Falcosaur Swarm and then a Predatory Strike. And then, if needed, another Falcosaur Swarm. This should finish off the Salty Bird. Once Salty Bird is defeated, Grommet will enter the battle. Do whatever damage you can to Grommet with your Diabeak hatchling before it is defeated. Once it is defeated, swap in your leveling pet and then swap it straight out for your Anubis Idol. If your Diabeak died early against Salty Bird, swap in your leveling pet and then swap straight to your Anubis Idol. Start with Iron Skin and then use Crush to finish off Salty Bird. With your Anubis Idol in the battle against Grommet, keep Stone Skin active. Use Deflection after Grommet uses Lucky Dance. This can be identified by him doing a little dance and putting on his little black top hat. And Crush to fill until Grommet is defeated. Now on to Sir Galveston. With a limited set of pets, this one was quite hard to work out a 2-pet strategy, so if you'd like to see a 2-pet leveling strategy for this fight, you'll have to check out my other videos. However, just to defeat him, you will need the following. In your first slot, an Iron Starlet with Wind Up, Powerball and Supercharge. In your second slot, a Nexus Whelpling with Frost Breath, Mana Surge and Arcane Storm. And in your final slot, an Anubis Idol with Crush, Sandstorm and Deflection. Start with your Iron Starlet and cast Powerball, followed by Wind Up, so Mercustone will have stunned himself and swapped out for Coach. With Coach in the battle, cast Supercharge, followed by Wind Up to hit. This will one-shot Coach. Once Coach is defeated, so Mercustone will re-enter the battle. Cast Wind Up to charge, and then Wind Up again to hit. And then if your Iron Starlet is still alive, use Powerball. Once your Iron Starlet is defeated, bring in your Nexus Whelpling. So Mercustone will have stunned himself and will swap off the Greatest Four. Cast Arcane Storm, followed by Mana Surge. This should finish off the Greatest Four. If it doesn't, cast a Frost Breath. Once the Greatest Four is defeated, so Mercustone will re-enter the battle. Cast Arcane Storm will cool down and Frost Breath to fill until Sir Mercustone is defeated. If you're getting lucky with some bad RNG, use your Anubis Idol to finish up the fight. The final Pet Battle Royale quest in Dalaran is against Tiffany Nelson. For this you will need a Turroclaw hatchling with Alpha Strike, Dodge and Nature's Ward. In your second slot, your leveling pet needs to be at least level 10 as it will take some AoE damage. And in your final slot, a Nexus Whelpling with Tail Sweep, Mana Surge and Arcane Storm. Start with your Turroclaw hatchling and cast Dodge, and now use Alpha Strike until Jinx is defeated. Once Jinx is defeated, Rocket will enter the battle. Swap straight to your leveling pet, and then swap it straight out for your Nexus Whelpling. With your Nexus Whelpling in the battle, cast Arcane Storm, followed by Mana Surge. This will finish off Rocket. Once Rocket is defeated, Marshmallow will enter the battle. Do whatever damage you can with your Nexus Whelpling before it is defeated. Use Arcane Storm on cooldown, Tail Sweep to fill, and Mana Surge should it come off cooldown. If and when your Nexus Whelpling is defeated, bring in your Turroclaw hatchling and cast Alpha Strike to finish up the fight. If Marshmallow has a lot of health when your Turroclaw hatchling enters the battle, you may also want to use Dodge on cooldown and Nature's Ward. The next zone I'm covering is High Mountain, and we'll start with Bredda Tenderhide for the World Quest Training with Bredda. In your first slot, a rabbit needs to have a speed above 280 with Flurry, Dodge and Stampede. In your second slot, a Mechanical Pandaren Dragonling with Breath, Thunderbolt and Decoy. And in your final slot, an Emerald Protowhelp with Emerald Bite, Emerald Presence and Emerald Dream. Start with your Rabbit, cast Dodge, followed by Stampede. Once Stampede is finished, use Flurry until the Little Spirit Guide enters its Undead round. When the Little Spirit Guide enters its Undead round, cast Dodge. Once the Undead round is finished, Quilino will enter the battle. Cast Stampede, your Rabbit should be defeated in a round or two. Once your Rabbit is defeated, bring your Mechanical Pandaren Dragonling, and use Breath until Quilino is defeated. Once Quilino is defeated, Fefia will enter the battle. Start with Decoy. Now simply use Decoy on cooldown, Thunderbolt on cooldown and Breath to fill until either Fefia or your Mechanical Pandaren Dragonling is defeated. If your Dragonling is defeated, your Emerald Protowhelp will enter the battle. Just cast Emerald Bite to finish off the fight. Next up we have Grixis Tinypop for the World Quest Tiny Poacher Tiny Animals. For this we'll be using the Dire Big Hatchling, Falcosaur Swarm, Iron Skin and Predatory Strike. In the second slot, your leveling pet needs to have at least 500 health as it may take some damage. And in the final slot, an Anubis Idol with Crush, Sandstorm and Rupture. Start with your Dire Big Hatchling and cast Iron Skin, followed by Falcosaur Swarm and then Predatory Strike. This should finish off Gulp. Once Gulp is defeated, Excellent will join the battle. Pass the first round and then follow this with Iron Skin. We pass the first round so we can get Iron Skin active as soon as possible. Follow this with the Falcosaur Swarm and then Predatory Strike. This should take Excellent to very low on health and possibly even defeat him. Cast Falcosaur Swarm. If you didn't defeat Excellent with Predatory Strike, you use Feign Death and swap out for Red Wire. Your Falcosaur Swarm's second round will then hit Red Wire. It will then likely defeat your Dire Big Hatchling. If this wasn't the case, continue to use Falcosaur Swarm until your Dire Big is defeated. Once defeated, swap in your leveling pet and then swap it straight back out for your Anubis Idol. With your Anubis Idol in the battle, cast Rupture. Due to the Shattered Defensive debuff being active from Falcosaur Swarm, Rupture will hit Red Wire for a considerable amount. Follow this with a Sandstorm and then Crush until Red Wire is defeated. However, Red Wire will likely use Armageddon and destroy himself. Once Red Wire is defeated, Excellent will rejoin the battle if he was still alive. Just use Crush to finish off Excellent. For the Pepper World Quest Wildlife Protection Force, where you fight against Icefang, you will need Icky with Quills, Black Claw and Flock. Your second slot, Anubis Idol with Crush, Sandstorm and Deflection. And in your final slot, your leveling pet. Start with Icky and cast Black Claw followed by Flock. Flock will usually finish off Hungry Icefang. If it doesn't, use Quills to finish him off. Once Icefang is defeated, swap your Anubis Idol. You will have two random pets to defeat here. Start with Sandstorm and then swap straight to your leveling pet. With Sandstorm being active, your leveling pet will take minimal damage. And now swap your leveling pet back out for either your Icky or Anubis Idol. The choice is yours. If using the idol, cast Sandstorm on cooldown, save Deflection to avoid any hard hitting abilities such as Burrow, and use Crush to fill. If using Icky, just use Black Claw and Flock. This one's not so good for a leveling pet, you only get around about 900 XP. For the Pepper World Quest, it's Illid Wait, where you fight against the Lil'idan. We'll be using the Dire Big Hatchling with Falcosaur Swarm, Iron Skin and Predatory Strike. In your second slot, an Icky with Savage Talon, Black Claw and Flock. And in your final slot, just in case of some bad RNG, a Zandalari Kneebiter with Hunting Party, Black Claw and Bloodfang. This fight can be quite heavy on RNG, so it may take you a few tries to get it to work. Start with your Dire Beak and cast Iron Skin, followed by Falcosaur Swarm, and then Predatory Strike. After you've used Predatory Strike, just use Falcosaur Swarm until your Dire Beak is defeated. Once your Dire Beak is defeated, bring in your Icky and cast Black Claw, followed by Flock. If Black Claw fails to apply the debuff, recast it until it is applied. If your Icky is also defeated, bring in your Zandalari Kneebiter and cast Black Claw, followed by Hunting Party. Using these three pets should cut the RNG factor of this fight out quite a bit. For the Pet Battle World Quest Snail fight, where you need to defeat Odrogg, you will need a Turaclaw Hatchling with Claw, Dodge and Ravage. In your second slot, your leveling pet, and in your final slot, an Icky with Quills, Black Claw and Flock. Start your Turaclaw Hatchling and cast Claw. Now swap to your leveling pet, and then swap straight back out for your Turriclaw hatchling. With your Turriclaw back in the battle, pass one round, and now use Claw until Rocko has less than 800 health. When Rocko has less than 800 health, cast Ravage. The second round of Ravage will finish off Rocko and give your Turriclaw a small heal. Slow-mo will then enter the battle. On the first round against Slow-mo, cast Claw. If Rocko was defeated on the first round of Ravage, your second round of Ravage will hit Slow-mo. On the second round against Slow-mo, cast Dodge. This is to avoid the hit from Headbutt and the potential of being stunned. Now cast Claw until Slow-mo has less than 400 health. When Slow-mo has less than 400 health, cast Ravage. Slow-mo will either be defeated on the first or second round of Ravage, and then your Turriclaw will receive a small heal. Once Slow-mo is defeated, Snot will enter the battle. If Slow-mo was defeated on the first round of Ravage, your second round of Ravage will hit Snot, otherwise cast Claw. On the second round against Snot, cast Claw. Snot will then use Dive and be underwater and be unattackable, so cast Dodge to avoid the hit from Dive. When Snot comes up from Dive, use Claw and or Ravage to finish him off. If you get some bad RNG, bring in your Icky to finish off the fight. Your leveling pet will get around 4k XP with your Safari hat equipped. For the Pet Battle World quest, Rocko needs a shave. All you will need is an Emerald Proto-Whelp with Emerald Presence and Emerald Dream. The remaining two pets can be anything. All you need to do to defeat Rocko is last the 10 rounds and then he crumbles and dies. So just keep refreshing Emerald Presence, and when you get to around about 1k HP, just use Emerald Dream and then repeat. This one gives very low XP, so it's not even worth trying to level a pet here. Moving on to Rasuna. We'll be starting with the world quest, Dazed, Confused and Adorable. Defeat the Murlocs. For this you will need an Anubis Idol with Crush, Sandstorm and Deflection. In your second slot, a Turriclaw Hatchling with Alpha Strike, Dodge and Nature's Ward. And in your final slot, your leveling pet. Start with your Anubis Idol and cast Sandstorm. Now swap straight out to your leveling pet and then swap straight to your Turriclaw Hatchling. With your Turriclaw Hatchling in the battle, cast Alpha Strike until the first tadpole is defeated. Once the Allured tadpole is defeated, the Confused tadpole will enter the battle. Start with Alpha Strike. When the Confused tadpole does Lucky Dance, this can be identified by him doing a little dance and putting on his black top hat, cast Dodge. Now continue to Alpha Strike until the Confused tadpole is defeated. Once defeated, the final tadpole will enter the battle. Cast an Alpha Strike. When the subjugated tadpole uses Heroic Leaf, cast Dodge, and then just cast Alpha Strike until this tadpole is also defeated. If your Turriclaw is getting low on health, you can also use Nature's Ward to heal up a bit. If you get unlucky with some bad RNG, just use your Anubis Idols to finish up the fight. Next up is Blottis. For the world quest, size doesn't matter. All you will need for this is a Zandalari Knee Biter with Hunting Party, Black Claw and Bloodfang. Occasionally your Knee Biter can be defeated, so backup pets such as one of the Falcosaurs with Predatory Strike would be advantageous. Simply just cast Black Claw followed by Hunting Party. Once Hunting Party is finished, cast Bloodfang. This should finish off Blottis. Next up we have Helper Whelp. Defeat the Scavenging Critters. In your first slot, your leveling pet needs to be around level 10 as it will take some AoE damage. In your second slot, a Nexus Whelpling with Tail Sweep, Mana Surge and Arcane Storm. And in your final slot, an Iron Starlet with Wind Up, Powerball and Supercharge. Start with your leveling pet and pass or anything the first round. Then swap to your Nexus Whelpling. Cast Arcane Storm followed by Mana Surge. This should finish off the Hungry Owl, either on the second or third turn of Mana Surge. Once the Hungry Owl is defeated, the Hungry Rat will enter the battle. If Mana Surge is finished, cast Tail Sweep until your Nexus Whelpling is defeated. This will likely be the first round. Once your Nexus Whelpling is defeated, bring in your Iron Starlet. Cast Powerball, followed by Wind Up to Charge, then Supercharge, and finally Wind Up to hit. This should finish off the Hungry Rat. Next up we have Nightwatcher Merayl for the World Quest, Training with the Nightwatchers. For this you will need an Icky with Black Claw and Flock. In your second slot your leveling pet. It will need to have at least 400 health as it will take some AoE damage, 500 health is recommended. And in your final slot an Emerald Protowhelp with Emerald Bite, Emerald Presence and Emerald Dream. Start with Icky and cast Black Claw followed by Flock. This will make short work of Breezy Book. Once Breezy Book is defeated, Helpful Spirit will enter the battle. Do the same again, Black Claw followed by Flock. Helpful Spirit and your Icky will both be defeated at the same time. Once Icky and Helpful Spirit have both been defeated, swap in your leveling pet. Delicate Moth will enter the battle. Now swap straight out to your Emerald Protowhelp. Cast Emerald Presence. If you get interrupted, just recast this on the next round. Follow this with an Emerald Dream to heal up. And now simply just cast Emerald Bite until the Delicate Moth is defeated. The final battle in the Sooner is against Vinyu for the World Quest, The Wine's Gone Bad. In your first slot, an Icky with Savage Talon, Black Claw and Flock. In your second slot, a Turtleclaw Hatchling with Alpha Strike, Dodge and Nature's Ward. And in your final slot, an Anubisaf Idol with Crush, Sandstorm and Deflection. Start with Icky and cast Black Claw followed by Flock. Once Flock is finished, cast Savage Talon until if and when your Icky is defeated. If and when your Icky is defeated, bring in your Turtleclaw Hatchling and cast Alpha Strike until Vinyu is defeated. If Vinyu uses Dive, use Dodge. Once Vinyu is defeated, the two remaining pets will be fairly easy. With your Turtleclaw, use Dodge on cooldown, use and refresh Nature's Ward with 1 round remaining, and Alpha Strike to fill. If you need to use your Anubisaf Idol, cast Sandstorm and use this on cooldown, use Deflection to avoid any hard hitting abilities such as Burrow or Lift Off, and Crush to fill. The next zone will be Suramar. We will start off against Varenne and the World Quest, Chopped. For this you will need an Anubisaf Idol with Crush, Stone Skin and Deflection. In your second slot your leveling pet, and in the final slot a Diabeak Hatchling with Falcosaur Swarm, Iron Skin and Predatory Strike. Start with your Anubisaf Idol and cast Stone Skin. Follow this with Deflection. Cast Crush until Stone Skin has 1 round remaining. When Stone Skin has 1 round remaining, cast it. And then follow it with a Deflection. And now again, cast Crush until Stone Skin has 1 round remaining. If you get stunned, just pass. Again, once Stone Skin has 1 round remaining, refresh it and then follow it with a Deflection. And then continue to Crush again until Gusto is defeated. Once Gusto is defeated, Remy will enter the battle. Simply keep Stone Skin active by refreshing it on 1 round remaining, and use Crush to fill. Use Deflection when Remy has Survival active, or refresh Stone Skin, whichever one you feel more appropriate. The moment Survival isn't active on Remy and you can finish him off, cast Crush to do so. Once Remy is defeated, Dinner will enter the battle. Cast Crush until your Anubisaf Idol is defeated. Once your idol is defeated, swap to your leveling pet and then swap it straight back out for your Diabeak Hatchling. With your Diabeak in the battle, cast Iron Skin. If you get frogged, just pass. Follow this with a Falcosaur Swarm and then a Predatory Strike. However, if Dinner puts Bubble back up, you will need to cast an extra Falcosaur Swarm instead of using Predatory Strike. Basically, if there's no Bubble active on Dinner and he has the Shattered Defenses debuff active, cast Predatory Strike, otherwise use Falcosaur Swarm. Next up we have the World Quest, Mana Tap, defeat the Mana Fiends. In your first slot, your leveling pet. It's hard to say what level it needs to be, as the Mana Fiends can have different abilities each time the World Quest is up. So if all the Mana Fiends have Arcane Explosion, your leveling pet's health will need to be considerably higher than if they didn't have Arcane Explosion. Saying that, something around about level 12 should work just fine. In your second slot, a Mechanical Pandaren Dragonlane with Breath, Thunderbolt and Decoy, and in your final slot, a Nexus Whelpling with Tail Sweep, Mana Surge and Arcane Storm. Start with your leveling pet and pass or anything the first round. and then swap it out for your Mechanical Pandaren Dragonling. Check the current Mana Fiend's abilities. If it doesn't have Surge of Power, just cast Breath until it is defeated. If it does have Surge of Power, you'll probably want to start with Decoy and then use Breath. Once you've defeated the first Mana Fiend, check the second Mana Fiend's abilities. This one had Surge of Power, so I want to cast Decoy first and then use Breath until it is defeated. Once the second Mana Fiend is defeated, again check the third Mana Fiend's abilities. If this one has Surge of Power, cast Decoy if it's off cooldown. Otherwise use Thunderbolt on cooldown and Breath to fill until this one is also defeated. If your Mechanical Pandaren Dragonling is defeated, bring in your Nexus Whelpling, cast Arcane Storm, followed by Mana Surge and then Tail Sweep if needed. Next up we have the World Quest Threads of Fate, defeat the Fell Soul Seer. For this you will need a Mechanical Pandaren Dragonling with Breath, Thunderbolt and Decoy. In your second slot, your Leveling Pet, and in your final slot, a Nexus Whelpling with Tail Sweep. Start with your Mechanical Pandaren Dragonling and cast Decoy, and now use Breath until the Eye of Inquisition is defeated. Once the Eye of Inquisition is defeated, the Eye of Interrogation will enter the battle. Continue to use Breath until this Eye is also defeated. When the final Eye enters the battle, cast Decoy. If you get interrupted, just cast it on the next round. Once your Decoy has been placed, swap out to your Leveling Pet. And then swap it straight back out for your Mechanical Pandaren Dragonling. With your Dragonling back in the battle, cast Breath until it is defeated. If and when your Dragonling is defeated, bring in your Nexus Whelpling and cast Tail Sweep until the final Eye is defeated. Next up we have Aulier and the World Quest Master of Pets. For this you will need a Nexus Whelpling with Tail Sweep, Mana Surge and Arcane Storm. In your second slot, a Mechanical Pandaren Dragonling with Breath, Thunderbolt and Explode. And in your final slot, your Leveling Pet needs to be around about level 5 as it will take some AoE damage. Start with your Nexus Whelpling and cast Arcane Storm. This will damage all of Aulier's pets, but more importantly will remove the sunny day weather effect. Follow this with Mana Surge. This will make short work of Beauty. Once Beauty is defeated, Conviction will enter the battle and be hit by your final round of Mana Surge. After this hits, use Tail Sweep until Conviction is below 350 HP. Once below 350 health, Conviction will use Dark Rebirth. Whilst this is active or going to be active, pass until the Dark Rebirth buff has gone. Then cast Arcane Storm if Conviction has less than 200 health, otherwise use Tail Sweep. If you accidentally defeat Conviction whilst Dark Rebirth is active, just keep casting Tail Sweep. If your Nexus Whelpling is defeated, as shown in the video here, bring in your Mechanical Pandaren Dragonling and cast Breath until Conviction is defeated. Once Conviction is defeated, Dignity will enter the battle. If your Nexus Whelpling was still alive, cast Tail Sweep until it is defeated. Once defeated, bring in your Mechanical Pandaren Dragonling. Now keep an eye on Dignity's health. Use Thunderbolt and or Breath until Dignity gets below 560 health, at which point cast Explode. This will defeat both Dignity and your Mechanical Pandaren Dragonling. Your Leveling Pet will be swapped in and receive all of the XP. Next up we have the World Quest Clear the Catacombs, defeat the Catacomb Pests. For this one we'll be using Iron Starlet with Wind Up, Toxic Smoke and Supercharge. In your second slot an Emerald Protowhelp with Emerald Bite, Emerald Presence and Emerald Dream. And in your final slot a Mechanical Pandaren Dragonling with Breath, Bombing Run and Decoy. Start with your Iron Starlet and cast Toxic Smoke, followed by Wind Up to charge, then Supercharge, followed by Wind Up to hit. This will finish off the Catacomb Spider. Once the Spider is defeated, the Catacomb Bat will enter the battle. Use Toxic Smoke until your Iron Starlet is defeated. Once your Iron Starlet is defeated, bring in your Emerald Protowhelp and use Emerald Bite to finish off the Bat. Once the Bat is defeated, the Catacomb Snake will enter the battle. Swap straight to your Mechanical Pandaren Dragonling. Cast Decoy, followed by Bombing Run, and now simply use Decoy on cooldown, Bombing Run on cooldown, and Breath to fill until the Snake is also defeated. If you get unlucky with some bad RNG and your Mechanical Pandaren Dragonling is defeated, your Protowhelp should finish off the fight just fine. The final battle in Suramar is against Master Tamer Flummox for the World Quest Flummoxed. For this one we'll be using our Rabbit with Flurry, Dodge and Stampede. In the second slot our Iron Starlet with Wind Up, Toxic Smoke and Supercharge, and in the final slot a Diabeak Hatchling with Predatory Strike. Start with your Rabbit and cast Dodge, and swap out your Iron Starlet. With your Iron Starlet in the battle, cast Wind Up to charge, and then swap back to your Rabbit. With your Rabbit back in the battle, cast Stampede until it is defeated. Once your Rabbit is defeated, bring back in your Iron Starlet. Once your Iron Starlet is back in the battle, cast Supercharge and then follow it with Wind Up to hit. This will take advantage of both the Shatter defensive debuff from Stampede and the extra damage from Supercharge to hit Flummox for a lot of damage. Now just use Toxic Smoke until your Iron Starlet is defeated. Once your Iron Starlet is defeated, your Diabeak Hatchling will enter the battle. Just cast Predatory Strike. This should finish off Flummox. The next zone I'll be covering is Val'sharah. First up we have Durian Strongfruit for the World Quest Training with Durian. In your first slot, a Nexus Whelpling with Tail Sweep, Mana Surge and Arcane Storm. In your second slot, your Leveling Pet, and your final slot, an Emerald Proto-Whelp with Emerald Bite, Emerald Presence and Emerald Dream. Start with your Nexus Whelpling. If it is faster than Sunny, cast Tail Sweep and then Arcane Storm. If Sunny is faster than your Nexus Whelpling, just cast Arcane Storm. This is used to remove the Sunny Day weather effect. And now cast Mana Surge. This will finish Sunny off on its final round. Once Sunny is defeated, Roots will enter the battle. Cast Arcane Storm on cooldown, Mana Surge should it come off cooldown, and Tail Sweep to fill until your Nexus Whelpling is defeated. Once your Nexus Whelpling is defeated, bring in your Leveling Pet and then swap it straight out for your Emerald Proto-Whelp. Cast Emerald Presence and then use Emerald Bite until Roots is also defeated. Once Roots is defeated, Biggie will enter the battle. Cast Emerald Dream. Once Emerald Dream is completed, refresh Emerald Presence and then use Emerald Bite until Biggie is also defeated. Next up we have the World Quest Only Pets Can Prevent Forest Fires. For this we'll be using an Emperor Crab with Surge, Healing Wave and Whirlpool. In your second slot, the Nexus Whelpling with Tail Sweep, Mana Surge and Arcane Storm. And your final slot, your Rabbit with Flurry, Dodge and Stampede. Start with your Emperor Crab and cast Whirlpool. And now simply use Surge until the Cackling Flame is defeated. Once the Cackling Flame is defeated, the Devouring Blaze will enter the battle. If Whirlpool comes off cooldown, use it, otherwise use Surge until your Emperor Crab is defeated. Once your Emperor Crab is defeated, bring in your Nexus Whelpling and cast Arcane Storm followed by Mana Surge. This should finish off the Devouring Blaze. Once the Devouring Blaze is defeated, Living Coals will enter the battle. Use Arcane Storm on cooldown, Mana Surge on cooldown and Tail Sweep to fill until if and when your Nexus Whelpling is defeated. If you get unlucky with some bad RNG and your Nexus Whelpling is defeated, your Rabbit will enter the battle. Use Dodge on cooldown and Flurry to fill until the Living Coals is defeated. Next up we move on to the Maw. For the World Quest, Meet the Maw. All you will need for this is a Zandalari Kneebiter with Hunting Party, Black Claw and Bloodfang. Sometimes the strategy can fail, so a backup pet such as Icky is recommended, or you could just forfeit, heal up and retry. Just cast Black Claw followed by Hunting Party, and then once Hunting Party is finished, cast Bloodfang. Next up we have the World Quest Stand Up to Bullies. For this we'll be using a Diabeak Hatchling with Falcosaur Swarm, Iron Skin and Predatory Strike. In your second slot, an Anubis Idol with Crush, Stone Skin or Sandstorm, the choice is yours, and Deflection. You can use a Leveling Pet here if you like, but the XP gain's really not worth it. Start with your Diabeak Hatchling and cast Iron Skin, followed by Falcosaur Swarm. Once Falcosaur Swarm is finished, cast Predatory Strike, then follow this with another Falcosaur Swarm, followed by Iron Skin and then a final Falcosaur Swarm if needed. This should finish off the Thistleleaf Bully. Once the Thistleleaf Bully is defeated, just clean up the two remaining random pets. Do whatever damage you can with your Diabeak Hatchling before it is defeated. Once it is defeated, swap in your Leveling Pet if you're using one, and then swap it straight out for your Anubis Idol. With your Idol in the battle, cast Stone Skin and refresh this with one round remaining, or if you're using Sandstorm, use this on cooldown. Use Deflection to avoid any hard hitting abilities such as Burrow or Lift Off, and Crush to fill. Occasionally your Diabeak can solo the whole fight. And for the final battle of this zone, we'll be fighting against Xorvasc. For this we'll be using a Turoclaw Hatchling with Alpha Strike, Dodge and Nature's Ward. In your second slot, your Leveling Pet. And in your final slot, a Mechanical Pantheran Dragonling with Breath, Thunderbolt and Decoy. Start with your Turoclaw Hatchling, cast Alpha Strike followed by Dodge, then Nature's Ward. Now use Alpha Strike until Trixie is defeated. Once Trixie is defeated, Globs will enter the battle. Start with Dodge, followed by Nature's Ward, and then use Alpha Strike until your Turoclaw Hatchling is defeated. Once your Turoclaw Hatchling is defeated, swap in your Leveling Pet and then swap it straight back out for your Mechanical Pantheran Dragonling. With your Dragonling in the battle, cast Breath until Globs is defeated. Once Globs is defeated, Nightmare Sprout will enter the battle. Now simply use Decoy on cooldown, Thunderbolt on cooldown and Breath to fill until the Nightmare Sprout is also defeated. Moving on to our final zone, which is Stormheim. We will be starting with a world quest, Beasts of Burden. Defeat Anders and Ryder. This battle is quite good for leveling pets, as you can fight either of these over and over, and as long as you don't defeat the other one, it doesn't complete the world quest. I will start off against Ryder. All you will need for this is an Iron Starlet with Wind Up, Toxic Smoke and Explode. The remaining 2 slots are for your leveling pets. Start off with Wind Up to charge, followed by Toxic Smoke, Wind Up to hit, and then Explode. This will defeat both your Iron Starlet and Baby Bjorn. Your leveling pets will then enter the battle and receive all the XP. You can now repeat this battle over and over to continue leveling pets. However, if you just want to complete the world quest, we'll move on to Anders. For this one, again, we'll be using an Iron Starlet with Wind Up, Toxic Smoke and Explode. 2 remaining slots are for your leveling pets. This one is slightly different. We'll be starting with Toxic Smoke, followed by Wind Up to charge, then a second Toxic Smoke, followed by Wind Up to hit, and now depending on Mini Muskin's health, you can do a third Toxic Smoke, followed by Explode, or you could just use Explode. The different breeds of the Iron Starlet mean that the abilities used do different amounts of damage, so depending which yours is, you may need the extra Toxic Smoke, or you may not. Mini Muskin and your Iron Starlet will both die at the same time, at which point your leveling pets will enter the battle and receive the XP. The next battle is against Chromodome for the world quest All Howl and No Bite. All you will need for this is a Turoclaw Hatchling with Alpha Strike, Dodge and Nature's Ward. This one gives very little XP, so bring some backup pets just in case of some bad RNG. Rather than leveling pets, Chromodome has a passive ability which ignores any attack over 250 damage, so pets with small hitting abilities are recommended as your backup pets. Start with your Turoclaw Hatchling, cast Alpha Strike followed by Dodge. This is used to dodge Surge of Power. Now simply use Alpha Strike until Chromodome uses the next Howl. When Chromodome uses Howl and you see the Howl debuff active on your pet, cast Nature's Ward, as Dodge is not of cooldown yet. Now again, continue to use Alpha Strike until you see the next Howl. When Chromodome uses Howl again, so this will be the third one, cast Dodge followed by Nature's Ward for some extra healing, and now simply use Alpha Strike until Chromodome is defeated. If Chromodome gains the Dragonkin buff, save Dodge for this to avoid any extra damage you would receive. If you get unlucky with some bad RNG, use your backup pets to finish off the fight. Next up we have the world quest All Pets Go to Heaven, defeat the Envoy of the Hunt. For this one we'll be using Iggy with Quills, Blackclaw and Flock. In your second slot a Rabbit with a speed above 264 with Flurry, Dodge and Stampede. And in your final slot, your leveling pet needs to have at least 500 health as it will take some AoE damage. Start with Iggy, cast Black Claw, followed by Flock. Once Flock is finished, recast it. Your Iggy and Harbinger of Dark should both die at the same time. Once this happens, swap in your leveling pet, and then swap it straight out for your Rabbit. Herald of Light should have entered the battle. With your Rabbit in the battle, start with Dodge, followed by Stampede. Once Stampede is finished, cast Flurry. followed by Dodge. This should be off cooldown. And now simply use Flurry until the Herald of Light is also defeated. Next up we have Robert Craig for the World Quest My Beast's Bidding. In your first slot, a Turoclaw Hatchling with Alpha Strike, Dodge and Nature's Ward. In your second slot, an Icky with Quills, Black Claw and Flock. And in your final slot, your Leveling Pet. Start your Turoclaw Hatchling and cast Dodge, followed by Nature's Ward. Now simply use Dodge on cooldown and Alpha Strike to fill until Thrugtusk is defeated. Do not refresh Nature's Ward. Once Thrugtusk is defeated, Wumpus will enter the battle. Cast 1 Alpha Strike. This will do enough damage to make Wumpus use Hibernate on the next round. Cast Nature's Ward. If you get stunned, just pass and then cast Nature's Ward on the next round. Now cast Alpha Strike until Wumpus's Hibernate has finished. Here it has 1 round left. And now Hibernate is gone. Use Dodge as soon as Hibernate has finished. And now cast Alpha Strike until the next Hibernate is finished. Once Wumpus casts Hibernate again, pay close attention to the amount of rounds left. We need to cast Dodge again as soon as this is finished. Keep casting Alpha Strike in the meantime. As soon as Hibernate is finished, cast Dodge. Then just cast Alpha Strike until Wumpus is defeated. You shouldn't be able to cast Hibernate again, or at least get healed from it. Once Wumpus is defeated, Baloth will enter the battle. Swap straight to your Leveling Pet. Baloth will use Crystal Prison and stun your pet. However, this does no damage, so a level 1 pet can be used here. Once your pet has been stunned, swap to your Icky and cast Black Claw followed by Flock. This will finish off Baloth. Next up we have Trapper Jarrun for the World Quest Jarrun's Ladder. For this one we'll be using a Leveling Pet in our first slot. Needs to have at least 500 health. In the second slot will be an Iron Starlet with Wind Up, Powerball and Supercharge. And in the final slot an Emperor Crab with Surge, Renewing Mists and Shell Shield. Start with your Leveling Pet and pass or anything the first round. And then swap straight out for your Iron Starlet. With your Iron Starlet in the battle, cast Wind Up to charge. And now use Powerball until the Mist Wraith enters its undead round. Once the Mist Wraith enters its undead round, cast Supercharge. Once the undead round is finished, Crawdead will enter the battle. Cast Wind Up to hit. This will one-shot Crawdead and put him in his undead round. Once in the undead round, cast Wind Up to charge. Once the undead round is finished, Gnaw will enter the battle. Cast Wind Up to hit and then use Powerball until your Iron Starlet is defeated. Once your Iron Starlet is defeated, bring in your Emperor Crab and cast Surge until Gnaw is defeated. For the final battle in this zone, and also this guide, we will be fighting against the O-Minitron defense system for the World Quest O-Minitron. For this one, all you will need is a Turoclaw Hatchling with Alpha Strike, Dodge and Nature's Ward. The other 2 pets can be anything, they won't be used. Start off by casting Nature's Ward, followed by Dodge, and now simply cast Dodge on cooldown, cast Nature's Ward the moment it drops off, and Alpha Strike to fill. We don't need to refresh Nature's Ward on 1 round remaining, as our Turoclaw will always be faster than the other pets, so we can always get the heal rolling again the moment it drops off. This can take some time. If Nature's Ward needs reapplying but Dodge comes off cooldown, always cast Dodge first. And that's all the battle's done using just 13 pets. If you found this video helpful, please like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.